Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Mitch from We in Tennessee. And today's video, I'm going to start it off just like the title says. What's going on with all the hate or the anger? And what's weird is the YouTube algorithm just seemed like it sent a ton of, I don't know, views on my video that I did maybe a year ago of the 5 do's and don'ts about moving to Tennessee. And it was about moving to Tennessee. It wasn't about any type of mindset or anything like that. And I'm just getting a ton, well, I don't know, I wouldn't say a ton, but a definite uptick in comments about, yeah, tell them that don't California or Tennessee. Tell them to keep their liberal, leftist, communist ideals back in California. And I'm like, where did all this come from? From a moving to Tennessee video. I'm talking about, things to think about when you're packing, not things to think about when you're thinking about it. But anyway, I guess the point is when you get down to it, I get it. This guy is totally the one who gets it because obviously that's why we left, is we didn't want to be held down by all these ideals, these liberal ideals. And so I understand I guess the passion, like, don't come here with your California ideals, liberalistic ideals. Don't come here and vote the way you did in California. I get that. But, when you get down to it, you can say that till you're red in the face, and it's not going to matter as far as people are going to come where they want to come. It's a free country. They can go wherever they want and vote the way they want and think the way they want. And so, you can tell people stay there, but you don't have any control over that. And so, I don't know, it just seemed weird that I'm getting all of these messages, and I'll leave you a link to that video at the end of this one if you want to see it. But yeah, it was all about moving, and I guess people thought that they were at liberty to say, yeah, along with packing up your things, make sure you pack up your, California ideals and I guess leave them there. And again, I understand, but again, you're talking to the wrong guy, number one. And number two, you don't have any say in it. I mean, you can say it, but it doesn't mean people are going to say, okay, we'll stay here then. Wishful thinking. And if you want to really get, I don't know, I don't know if the word's angry or passionate. I would say steer it towards what's happening in the colleges. Okay. I know for a fact that students are, around this wonderful state are being taught by these liberalistic instructors. They're talking about everything that they talk about in California. They're talking about climate change. They're talking about pronouns and everything like that. And get upset at those instructors, get upset at these institutions that are basically steering this wave of young folks towards these ideals. I mean, if you want to, bark about something, bark about that. I would think that's more dangerous than people who, again, can choose to go where they want to go. Are, I think that's more dangerous than people coming here. And again, I think you can, try to name one person that has moved here to Tennessee, that has moved here with their liberalistic ideals. Can you name anybody? I cannot. And obviously, I haven't been here long enough, but if you run into somebody, let me know. I don't think many people are coming here for that reason. Take nothing away from the beauty, but I'm just thinking from California to Tennessee, I'm sure there's beautiful places that they can stop off before they get to here. And if I really wanted to come to Tennessee with my liberalistic ideals, do I think there's enough people that are coming with me to change that? And Texas was down that road too, and they didn't have any control over it. But then again, people were going to Texas for jobs. I don't see many people coming here for jobs as opposed to, and that's why Texas has turned the way they have, is people weren't going there to escape California's ideals. They were going to get a better job, maybe get less taxes. So I don't know. It's just an interesting thing when you think about all of these things that, make the world go round politically in Tennessee and California. I don't know. It just sounds weird to say, don't come here, like you can control that with your little finger. Don't come here with your ideals and think that, you're going to change people's minds. Hopefully people get the idea that this is a really red state. But again, in the end, people are going to come where they want to come. Okay, guys, so it is Mexican restaurant review time. If you remember, last week was my wife's and I anniversary. And usually my wife will not venture out to a place where she doesn't know unless it has good reviews, if someone's been there before that she trusts. And so we were trying to figure out, hey, do we try a Mexican place we've never been to? So here in Maryville, we have a Mexican restaurant called La Margaritas. And it was funny, we were leaving church and we heard a family walking out and they're like, hey, we're gonna go to Margaritas. And then this little kid said, I want a margarita. We were just laughing at each other. But we're like, let's see if we want to give this place a shot. So it was very brave of my wife because she doesn't usually like to venture out to someplace new, especially on our anniversary. So we went to Margaritas, and I'll go ahead and let you know right now, if you want chips and salsa, this was the place. I had so much high hopes. I'm like, oh my gosh, the chips and salsa are fantastic. And so I was hoping that was going to lead right into the dinner tasting really good. We both kind of hit the wall and we were like, oh. So we both ordered the combo. It was the burrito, enchilada, and a taco. And I will give them the fact that it was very well priced. It was $8.99. It was kind of funny. We called the waiter over and we're like, is this the right price for everything? Because, man, there were like 20-something combinations you can have. And it didn't seem like they all were equal value. And he's like, all of it for $8.99. And, okay, so we're like, okay, great deal. We were a little skeptical, like, okay, how good would this be for $8.99? And so I'm going to go ahead and give this on a scale of 1 to 10. My wife and I both agreed it's probably a 6. The salsa and chips were awesome. The beans and rice were really good. The burrito, enchilada, and taco, well, all of it had this ground beef. And the ground beef was kind of weird. It had this weird texture to it. The flavor was okay. I couldn't get past the texture of it. And it had this, it wasn't raw, but it had this kind of pinkish tinge to it. And I don't know, my wife and I were just like, well, at least it felt like it was better than Los Amigos. Sorry, Los Amigos. On our scale for Los Amigos, probably a 4, maybe a 5. Las Margaritas would be a 6. And so we're still in search of the Mexican restaurant. I know Victor's Tacos wouldn't necessarily be considered a restaurant. And we still have to try Zalate. I think I'm pronouncing that right. In Knoxville, we're still having high hopes for that. But as far as Las Margaritas, actually, you know what? It's not called Las Margaritas. It's just Margaritas Mexican restaurant. So that was our choice for our anniversary, and we will think twice about coming back here again because, again, if I'm in the mood for chips and salsa, this is my place. The rest of it, I'm going to go ahead and figure out somewhere else to go. Okay, guys, I am about ready to drive down a Maryville street I have never been down. Just checking out the neighborhoods around here. I have no idea where I'm going. this guy behind me doesn't be like, hey, why are you driving so slow? So we're just seeing what some Maryville houses look like. The houses seem really close together. And the street is not the widest street in the world. Widest, not the color widest, but wide. One thing you're going to notice if you move here to Tennessee is there's very, very few sidewalks. Back in California, you know, there were sidewalks everywhere. Here, not a lot. This is a dead end, but I'm going to go up this street anyway. And I hope I don't run these kids over. They're probably like, why is there a car coming if we live on a cul-de-sac? I am sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. And look, somebody has decorated for Christmas already. Hi guys, I'm sorry. That's the neat thing about Tennessee is you can just wave to anybody and they'll just think you're just being neighborly. All right. Oh, that was a stop sign. Aw, look at these guys. Look at these dogs in this house over here. Looking at me like, why are you bothering us? All right, let's go down this road. There it is, Blount County Schools. We live in Blount County. So, you know, if you move here to Maryville and these houses are too close together, then you just look for something that's a lot farther apart. Keep in mind we are, you know, right smack in the middle of the city here, so like any place, you're just gonna have to find what suits you the best. And I'm sure these people do not have a yard problem. So, you know, you kind of give and take. They're not spending hours on the lawn like I was doing. Let's head further down the road here. I stayed a little later at work and I picked my daughter up from work and I'm a little early. So this is why I have, or seem to have, lots of time. For those of you that know the area, I just passed Richie Cream. It's probably a half mile the other direction that I'm headed right now. So funny how people do this. They stop in the middle of the road. Right now it is 4:42, so it's getting a lot darker. That beautiful daylight savings time. Well, I technically don't know if it's daylight savings in the fall, or is it daylight savings when you get to the spring? I don't know. I'm just going to call it the time change. I just know I'm not a big fan of it. You know, it's better in the morning that it's a lot lighter, but it just makes me so tired at night. You know, because you take a look and it feels like it should be 5:43 right now, and so your body is just like, I feel tired. I have noticed something. I know I haven't done Mitch's observations for a while, but out here in Tennessee, it seems like folks like their cigarettes, their tobacco. I just passed a drive-through Tobacco World. So I am definitely not one to comment on this, but let me know in the comments, is Tennessee more tobacco than anywhere else in the country? Obviously I am not judging anybody, because you just saw me have a grilled cheeseburger. So, I am not going to be judging anybody on cigarettes if I am eating fast food. But, let me know, just what the culture is about smoking. Is it more acceptable out here in Tennessee? Is it, looked upon negatively? In California, it definitely felt like it was looked at negatively, for whatever reasons. But I just wanted to know, is it more acceptable to smoke out here in Tennessee? I am not an expert, so I would not know. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and take a trip down this street here. And the leaves are still, a mystery as far as, the perfect solution. Here in the city, we're driving up and you can see how they get rid of it here. Take a look over here on the side of the road. They'll just move their leaves and somebody will just come by and suck that all up. Let's go down this road over here. I've never been down this road before. So same thing here. They'll just put it, wow, I didn't know they put it in the street, but they'll put it just near the street. Somebody will come and just suck them all up. And I wish we could do that. But then again, I don't think you're allowed to burn them here in the city, but we can. And so I guess that was a trip around that neighborhood to see how they handle the leaves. So we are still trying to figure out, okay, do we just mow over them? Figure out a way to dispose of them, put them in a bag. Yeah, we'll figure this out. Whoops. got more leaves over here on the side of the road right here.